Hello, everyone. So good to see you here today for our Summer Kids Club Variety Hour. My name is Jen, and joining me in the studio today is Cynthia, who's going to be connecting us with a very special guest of Captain Joe today from the Ocean Rangers. And we also have Kaya taking in any questions that you might have into the studio. So that way we can answer some of those questions or even kind of bring up any kind of comments that you might have. If you're wondering, well, how do you do that? Very easily. You can go on ahead and text us at 562-286-1838, and we'll be happy to answer those questions for you. But in the meantime, today we are going to be talking about animals and playtime. Now, I can definitely think of, ways that I can relax and play, but our animals here at the aquarium do it a little bit differently. So I'm excited to share it with you, Captain Joe, and his little take, and see how some of our animals, including our penguins here at the aquarium, play. So with that, let's go on ahead and see if we can get to touch base with Captain Joe.
Hello, boys and girls. It's Captain Joe of the Ocean Rangers. I'm here at the aquarium today investigating if our animals really do play.
Yeah, that's a wonderful question. I was wondering, I know that our penguins are playful.
I'll meet you over there.
I think he really likes penguins. I didn't even get a chance to ask him my question, which is if he could start by looking at the penguins. I get really excited about penguins too, because they're pretty great animals. So let's go on ahead and give him a chance to be able to check in with some of those penguins. In the meantime, it's going to take him a little while to get there, even though it looked like he was pretty excited and was ready to run up there. But in the meantime, let's go on ahead and play a little game. It's one of my favorite times, which is, are you ready for it? Puzzle time! And Cynthia's very excited too. So here is our first puzzle, and our clue is that the animal is gray. Can you figure out what the animal might be? Feel free to text your answer on in 562-286-1838. Any guesses? Well, I see a few open boxes here, here, and here. And from these open boxes, to me it looks like, I almost see like a gray pattern. It almost reminds me of like a leopard with all of these different colors right here. And if I kind of step off to the side, well, there's almost like bars that are going down the very top of it. I'm going to step over to the other side here so we can maybe get overall a good view of what we're seeing. Now, I don't know about you, but I'm also seeing some fins, right? I'm seeing a fin right here. I'm also seeing a fin here and here. Awesome. Mara, she thinks that it might be a leopard shark. And she's asking, do penguins have a favorite game? That's a great question, Mara. And today we're going to be exploring and seeing what kind of toys penguins will play. And so hopefully that will answer your question for today. All right. So let's go on ahead and see what our great animal might be. It looks like we have another answer, tiger shark. Let's find out. Ooh, is it a shark? Oh, I want to know so bad. So close. What do you think? Absolutely a shark. My goodness, I thought that was a really tricky puzzle. So, way to go, friends, who were able to make those excellent guesses. And you know what? Now that we're able to see the entire animal, this friend right here is a leopard shark. Yep, kind of after all of these colorations right here. Ooh, Aleka says swordfish or shark. Yeah, both great guesses, right? So we have a leopard shark right here. And what's really neat about leopard sharks is they are found off of our California coast, kind of in a lot of these rocky areas and maybe some seaweed-like areas is where you'll find these sharks that usually kind of hang out towards the bottom of our ocean right here. Awesome. All right. So now talking about rocky coasts, right? we have some penguins here that live amongst the rocks. So let's see if maybe Joe has found our penguins here at the aquarium. I wonder. Hello, Joe. What are you doing? Are you playing? Joe?
Oh, hey kids. We're here at our Magellan Penguin exhibit. We're just taking some observational data to see if we do have penguins that really play here at the aquarium.
Oh, so maybe we should find a staff member who works there to find out more information. He is just really excited today, friends, just moving all around very quickly. So it looks like Joe is definitely on his way to maybe talk to someone to learn a little bit more about penguins and how they play, and maybe see, once again, right, if they have a favorite game. So with that, if you ever want to check out our penguins, you can do so too. We have two different cameras here at the aquarium. We have our penguin beach cam, which looks at the very top of the water, and then we also have our underneath penguin cam. So here we have our penguin beach cam, and I'm going to step out for a second so that way you can get a chance to see our penguins. And it looks like they are very playful today. Look at them! All in the water, moving around. Not too many up on the beach, though, right up here just yet. But look at them. What do you notice as they move? Well, I'm seeing that they kind of float, right? Oh, look, there's one. It's having lots of fun. Looks like some of them might be cleaning themselves right up here, right? Which is pretty neat to be able to see. Looks like a few of them are cleaning. Oh. And how do you notice that they're moving? Can you see which parts of them they are using to move? If you're thinking of the front flippers, yeah, right? So you might be able to watch them move through the water as they swim along, just like that, right? So it's pretty neat to be able to see this view of Penguin Beach right here. Huh, so neat. So this is actually the top part of the exhibit that Captain Joe was checking out right underneath the glass right here at the aquarium. Now, you may notice though that our beach right here and even in the water, there is no, well, there's no ice, right? And that's because our penguins here are modeled not after one that lives in the Antarctic, but ones that live off of the beaches in Chile. And so with that, they live along a rocky coastline that is pretty much looking like this. And the weather, pretty similar to ours here at the aquarium. Now, there are about 18-ish species of penguins, and only 2 reside full-time in Antarctica. So it's very interesting that when we think about penguins, that's what we think about, right? Very cold penguins that are slowly trudging through the snow, trying to get to where they need to go. And in this case, nope, most of them will sometimes visit, right? Sometimes we'll visit the Antarctica for a short period of time to be able to explore and maybe to grab some food or for mating purposes. But for the most time, nope, they might live in warmer waters like they are right here. Aleka is noticing that they're floating and paddling, these penguins. Absolutely, right? So it's really cool to be able to watch them do those movements right here. And then Mara is asking, do they molt? And that is a great question. For those of you that aren't sure what molting is where, they basically, their feathers go away, right? Or they go away, they fall off and they grow all new ones. Now, with our Magellanic penguins, they do something called a catastrophic molt, meaning they'll molt all their feathers pretty much almost all at once, poof, and they all pop off. It doesn't happen like that, though. It's not like they just all puff right off, but they do come off pretty quickly. Some birds, they might molt over a long period of time, a feather here, a feather there, and it slowly grows back. But our penguins need to do it all at the same time, mainly because, well, as you see here, they're really comfortable in the water, right? And so these animals need to forage in the water to get their food. They need to eat their krill, their fish, or maybe their shrimp, or maybe their squid here to be able to survive. And so out in the wild, it's really more advantageous for them to do a catastrophic molt. So that way all their waterproofing feathers are lost all at once, and then they can grow them all back at the same time. Now, before they catastrophic molt, they do eat a little bit extra, right? They have a few extra snacks, so that way they won't be hungry during that time of their molting because they won't really get a chance to eat. Remember, these birds find their food in the water, and if they have any kind of holes in their waterproofing feathers, well, that means that water can trickle on in, and then you'd have a very wet and soggy, sad penguin, right? So it's very important that they molt all of those waterproofing feathers at once, and then they all grow back in at once, so that way they can hunt successfully. So Mara, thank you for asking. That was an awesome question. All right, so Penguin Beach was very exciting, but let's go on ahead and meet back up with Captain Joe to see if he has gone ahead and found anyone to talk to about our penguins here at the aquarium. Oh, there he is.
They seem to be very curious about their environment, but I wonder how that helps them in their habitat.
Well, here's another view of our June Keys habitat where all of our penguins live. And there they are under the water. So this you could use our underwater camera. Look at how curious these penguins are. Maybe getting a nice stretch of those wings. You can see there's a little band on there. And those bands help us to figure out who's who in our exhibit. Oh, I wonder if any of them are going to be preening or cleaning each other like what we saw earlier in our webcam. Oh, look at them all. Wasn't that fun? Getting a chance to look at a different angle of our June Keys habitat. But wait, Joe didn't talk to anyone from that exhibit. Maybe we need to give him a little bit more time. Sounds like he's having great fun making lots of wonderful observations of our penguins. So, in the meantime, let's go on ahead and meet up with some of our other bird friends because we do have other birds here. One of them is one of our aviculturists, one of the folks that take care of these birds. Her name is Kara, and she works with a bird named Lola. So let's go on ahead and meet them and get to know them.
Hi, my name is Kara. I'm an aviculturist here at the aquarium in the Pacific. That just means that I take care of a lot of the birds that live here at the aquarium. And this is Lola. Lola is one of our program animals. He is a sulfur-crested cockatoo. Our program animals are animals that we take to other places like schools, and we do presentations with him here to educate the public about animals in the wild. Right? Can you say hi? Good boy. Blow kisses. Good boy. So some of the things we do for Lola during his playtime are we like to give him a bath sometimes. Sometimes he likes to have toys that he likes to play with. Sometimes he likes to just do really fun behaviors. Lola is about as smart as a 3 or 4-year-old child, so he likes to do really, really fun things. He actually likes to do these behaviors that we do with him, so it's fun time for him. Even though it's a training session, it's also fun.
That was really cool, getting a chance to meet Lola, our sulfur-crested cockatoo. So I'm curious to know, though, how Lola likes to play. So, are you curious too? And ready to find out? Let's see.
Peekaboo! Good boy.
Oh my goodness. I had such a great time getting a chance to watch Lola play. Oh, so many fun things that Lola can do. All right. Well, even though it was fun watching Lola play around and play a game, are you ready to play a game? I know I am. I'm ready for another. You guessed it. Puzzle time. Green is our color this time. You know, for this being green, I'm definitely seeing a lot of blue. Not complaining. Those are my 2 favorite colors. Big fan. But where are there parts of green? Oh, I think I see some here. Looks like up here, here, a little bit over here. Now I'm not seeing any of those triangle-shaped fins like we did our leopard shark. Huh. Any guesses to what might be seeing here? Feel free to text them on in if you might know the answer to this one. It looks vaguely familiar. You know, I almost see several patterns. Do you see patterns? I think I see some patterns right here. I almost trying to see like a puzzle almost with those two patterns. There's a different pattern all the way up here. Looks a little bit different down here. And then we have almost those same kind of patterns right here as on the other side. So it makes me think that maybe it's an animal that's doing something like this, right? I guess, kind of like this in a way. What do you think it might be? Are those scales on there? Maybe. Let's see. Oh, Mara and Aleka are thinking that's a green sea turtle. Oh, and then Seymour thinks it's a watermelon. Oh, so close. What do you think it is? Sea turtle? Sea watermelon? I don't know. Are you as excited to figure out as I am? All right, Cynthia, show us the answer. Ooh, looks so close to a watermelon, does it? But it's actually a green sea turtle. Yeah. Now that watermelon also can have different kinds of patterns, right? Also has that same similar green coloration. So I like where you're going with that, Seymour. But for us today, this actually is a sea turtle. As a matter of fact, it is a green sea turtle. Yep. You know how I could tell? Because it's green. Now, many sea turtles are green, but there's different variations of that green. Like, for instance, our olive ridley turtles here at the aquarium look a little bit of a different shade of green than these ones right here. And our leatherback sea turtles, well, they are a very, very, very dark green. So they definitely can vary depending upon the shade of green. All right, so that was a really fun puzzle time, and thank you everyone for participating on our puzzle time. But let's see if we can go on back and see if Joe's actually found anyone to meet up with. I wonder if he's still playing with those penguins. Well, we'll have to find out and see.
Welcome back, boys and girls. I'm here with my friend Matt. He works with a lot of our birds here at the aquarium. Matt, we're investigating if our animals here at the aquarium like to play. Can you help us out with that question?
Oh yeah, most of our animals are naturally curious. Our penguins especially like to investigate their surroundings. They like to look under the water and above the water. So we like to give them enrichment, things to play with while they do that.
Now, enrichment. Can you explain a little bit more about what that means to our guests?
Sure. Enrichment is a way of keeping our animals from being bored, from being lazy. It keeps their mind stimulated and it keeps their body active, just like kids would play with toys. And we like to use things like balls and dog toys, and they even like to play with bubbles.
Bubbles? Yeah, some of these are actually looking very familiar to me. I'm sure a lot of our guests have seen these before.
Sure, it's the same type of thing that you would use for your pets at home.
Awesome, very cool. And I imagine these are probably pretty fun for our animals.
We like to think so.
Awesome, awesome. Well, Matt, I'm sure you have a lot of things that you have to do, get back to our animals. If it's okay, do you think I can maybe hang out with these toys for a little while and maybe play with our penguins?
Maybe for a little bit, but they're going to want them back because they use their enrichment every day.
All right, well, I'll go ahead and I'll bring them back to you for sure. Matt, thank you so much. Back to you at the studio.
All right, thank you so much, Captain Joe. So, Captain Joe seemed pretty excited to play with those toys and our penguins. So we'll let him have his playtime for right now. I'm sure the penguins will definitely enjoy it. And so, you know, that enrichment or making sure that our animals feel as if they're stimulated and they're using their brains is a really important part in making sure that these animals are happy and healthy. But of course, it's more than just thinking about, you know, or just thinking about their brains, making sure they're happy and healthy. They need to make sure that the rest of them, right, all of their other parts are working and are happy and healthy too. And so with that, we have our very own Molina Animal Care Center here at the aquarium. Now, here is our very own animal hospital. So we get a chance to take care of over 12,000 animals here at our hospital. And if you're interested in learning a little bit more about animal health care, would highly recommend tuning in tomorrow at the same time at 2 o'clock, because one of our educators will be talking about how we use our animal health care center, and different stories and about the stories of our aquarium. My goodness, can you tell it's the afternoon? I'm mumbling my words here. But you know what? I have a friend at the Molina Animal Care Center that can tell us a lot more about penguins and animal health care. So I'm going to let Shara Seals take it away.
Welcome, Ocean Rangers. My name is Shara Seals. I am a veterinary technician here at the Molina Animal Care Center, our veterinary hospital for the Aquarium of the Pacific's animals. I work with Dr. Lance Adams, our veterinarian. A veterinary technician is a fancy term for an animal nurse. That's what I do here. And today, we're going to look at Heidi, one of our Magellanic penguins. She needs a physical exam. This is Heidi. This is one of our Magellanic penguins. We're going to do a physical exam on her today. We use this is a stethoscope. We use this to listen to her lungs and her heart. This is an ophthalmoscope. We look at her eyes. And this is a thermometer. We have to take her temperature. Heidi's being very good. We look at her feathers to make sure they're in good quality so that she's able to thermoregulate, which means keeps her warm while she's swimming in the water. We look at her beak and her nostrils, and we even look at her feet. And we feel her belly to make sure there's nothing hard or anything out of the ordinary. Well, it looks like Heidi is in good health. She's pretty happy. Thanks for joining us, boys and girls. See you next time.
All right, wasn't that fun getting a chance to learn about how we take care of our penguins here at the hospital? Now, you may have noticed that Heidi was a little bit of a different color than any of our other Magellanic penguins. Can you guess why that might be? You said it's a juvenile. You are correct. So here within our June Keys habitat, we do breed our penguins from time to time. And so here is a great example of some of our younger penguins that were hatched and born here at the aquarium. And so we're part of a species survival plan where our goal is to basically increase the amount of Magellanic penguins there are. And so we're able to breed our penguins at the right times, and then sometimes they stay here at the aquarium. Other times they might go to another aquarium or a zoo to be able to increase the genetic diversity of the penguins. But here you can see they don't have those stripes like we normally see, right? They kind of have that mottled black and white coloration. So they still have the black backs and the white fronts and tummies, right? But they're stripes, and their more definitive colorations aren't quite there. And so this is only after about a year do our penguins eventually get their stripes. And so with that, with the habitat in general that we've developed here at the aquarium, we have even developed some nesting burrows, so that way they do feel very much at home. Here's that coloration. Isn't that really different? Right? And now you can see a very definitive black and white pattern, and you can see all of those bands and that different, really drastic change in color between that black and white. So this is our adult version right here. But we have lots of different burrows that we try to do, because they do kind of nest on and underneath the ground. So we try to have some of those same burrows here at the aquarium to make sure that they feel as if they're almost in their natural environment back at home. All right, so talking about natural environment back at home, I wonder about Joe. I wonder how he's doing. Let's go on ahead and check in with him.
All right, boys and girls, well, it does look like our animals do play here at the aquarium, so job well done. Nice detective work. We're going to go ahead and send it back to you at the studio.
All right, sounds like Joe was having a great time. Now, we did talk about another bird outside of our penguins. Do you remember what that bird was called? Let's go on ahead and bring up our question of the day. You ready for this? What kind of bird is Lola? Any guesses to what kind of bird Lola was? Let's see. So here are our choices. Is Lola a lorikeet? Step on the other side, actually. Is Lola a cockatoo? Or is Lola a penguin? Cynthia's saying C, but I think she's just saying C because C starts with Cynthia. But I don't know. Maybe she does think it's a penguin. What do you think? Go on ahead and text your answer on in. Is Lola a lorikeet? Cockatoo? Penguin? Now, I remember something about sulfur crested. Wonder if that has to do with the yellow, because sulfur is yellow in color. I like yellow. Yellow-crested lorikeet? Yellow-crested cockatoo? Yellow-crested penguin? Lola the lorikeet. That has a pretty good ring to it. Lola the cockatoo. Also sounds pretty good. Lola the penguin. Well, that almost rolls off the tongue, doesn't it? Aleka is thinking B, cockatoo. Sulfur-crested cockatoo. Let's find out and see. Nice job. This is our sulfur-crested cockatoo right here. So nice job, Aleka, and everyone else who's also participating in our game today. So great job on our question of the day. Now, we did get a question about our juvenile penguins. It looks like Mara said cockatoo as well. Nice job, Mara. Awesome. So a question that came in from Aleka was, when do they start swimming? I'm guessing that you're referring to our juvenile penguins, and it's actually just within the first few weeks that they're born. Isn't that incredible? Yeah, doesn't take very long for them to get back into the water. All right, friends. Well, thank you so very much for joining us today. We are just about out of time, but it was so interesting getting a chance to learn about how our animals play, especially our penguins and our sulfur-crested cockatoo today. All right, Ocean Rangers, have a great rest of your day, and we'll see you around. Maybe even tomorrow for our Molina Animal Healthcare episode. Take care, everyone.